welcome to NTP. My name's Mark. Our question this week comes after Commercial Motor magazine reported on a public inquiry highlighting a potential issue for the HGV and PSV trade. Now, it's been well documented for a number of years that HMRC questioned the legality of using drivers who are allegedly self-employed. But now it brings into question just how legal drivers are that are registered as a limited company. And we all have or know someone who's used or using limited company drivers. Now, it comes after Kevin Rooney, the Traffic Commissioner for the West of England traffic area, conducted a public inquiry with a haulier over other matters of compliance, but questioned the employment of the limited company drivers that they were using. Now, Mr. Rooney gave the HGV operator 2 months, only 2 months, to demonstrate that its drivers were on the books, with tax, national insurance deducted at source, holiday pay, pension contributions in place, unless it wanted to go out of business. So, how has this come about then? Well, in most trades, companies used to use self-employed people. Bus and lorry trade is absolutely no different whatsoever. What defines self-employed? Well, according to HMRC, a self-employed driver can and should accept work from various sources, not just the one. They normally provide the main tool of their trade, possibly vehicle, have the right to refuse work offered, and to subcontract the work, several criteria that they must meet. Now, the advantage, of course, is that if a driver is not directly employed, they can be used or not used as the workload dictates and not be a financial drain to the company. So HMRC quickly cottoned on to the fact that any company using self-employed drivers meant that they were saving the company's PAYE contribution, which is currently 13.8% of a driver's wage, and that the self-employed driver was paying less tax and national insurance than if they were employed. Now, these savings to the company and the driver conversely means less money for HMRC. So, a driver claiming that they're self-employed when they perhaps aren't is not what HMRC wants to see. Now, one of the pitfalls is that often a self-employed driver ends up accepting work from just one company. So as far as HMRC is concerned, they're as good as employed. The driver's got a difficult job proving otherwise. What's the upshot? Well, HMRC wants the tax and national insurance that the alleged employer has not deducted from source as PAYE, a very, very costly exercise for any company. So, what about limited company drivers then? How's this brought into it? Surely a limited company is not actually self-employment. Well, a driver, or an individual, forms a limited company and offers his services as a driver. Okay, so far. But same as with self-employed, often drivers only accept work from one company. Bear in mind that an individual forming a limited company holds more than 25% of the shares and is classed as a person with significant control, so effectively self-employed. Back to square one. Where's this leave us then? Well, this is a massive, massive can of worms. Maybe if you're a limited company driver and accepting work from multiple companies, you may be okay. Maybe you're a haulage or a bus company using limited company drivers that don't solely carry out work for you. Maybe you're okay. But what if you aren't? Now there's food for thought. Watch your back and watch this space. Add your comments below, any opinions and any useful interpretations of the problem that you've got. For more videos, click like and subscribe, and we'll see you next time. Take care.